Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Stingray Touch Pool. Today, we're actually getting to get inside of the pool and especially getting to talk with a good man here, one of our fellow aquarists here at the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium, Mark. Mark's one of the main men who take care of these wonderful animals here and all the awesome creatures throughout the Ocean Explorer Hall. Now, Mark, tell me, who exactly lives here inside of our Stingray Touch Pool?
Yeah, we've got a couple different stingrays. We've got two main types of stingrays right now. We mostly have the Atlantic stingrays. They have that pointier rostrum. And then we've got two blue spotted stingrays. Those are the two main species of stingrays we have in this pool right now. And then we've got some new rays coming in a couple days, actually.
Ooh, awesome. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and then we've got two different types of guitarfish right now. We have the Atlantic guitarfish, which is the smaller spotted one. And then we have a juvenile giant shovel-nosed ray, which if anyone's seen our shark before, that's a fully grown shovel-nosed ray. And this juvenile was born about 8 months ago at an aquarium down in Texas. And so we have her in here right now as kind of like an intermittent home.
Nice. And how big will that guitarfish get when she gets to her full size?
I think she's about 7 feet long, fully grown, maybe a little bit bigger than that.
All right, that's going to be a big fish when it comes around to it. I also realized we have some other little arthropod critters running around in here too. You want to introduce them?
We do. We have a couple new additions that came here about a month ago, which is one of my favorite animals. We do have horseshoe crabs in here now. And those guys are pretty awesome. They're super primitive, so they haven't really changed. They found a body style that works for them. They're basically like a tank.
Okay.
And so their mouth is underneath, their arms are underneath. They just have, you know, super primitive eyes. They have the telson, which people think is like for stinging, but it's really just, they're worse than a turtle. If they flip on their back, they can't move their legs that much. So that telson is just a flip over if they're on their back.
Nice. So while we're looking at the tail of this animal, because our horseshoe crabs, they don't have a stinging tail, but stingrays, of course, are known for stinging, right? We, of course, don't have stingers on our stingrays in here, do we?
No. So I mean, they do grow, but it's the same material as fingernails and hair. So we can trim it just like you would your fingernail. As that barb gets a little bit bigger and kind of comes to a point, that's when it's the most, you know, problematic. And so we could just trim the tip of that off. And every month or so, it depends on the growth rate, it depends on the species and the temperature of the water on how quick that barb will grow. But we just keep an eye on everything, and every once a month or so, we just kind of check everybody, we bring them up, and we'll trim that tip off.
Awesome. And going along with checking them, we utilize something called target training here with our stingrays. Do you want to walk us through exactly what that means for our animals?
Yeah. So we do a little bit of classical conditioning. So they just have, it's a similar setup to what we do in the shark. So that way when we have animals in here that are going to transition over there, it's kind of the same setup, so they're not seeing anything different. But they just have this orange lid, and they kind of know that's like ringing the dinner bell. So when that goes in, they know it's feeding time. And then we just kind of feed them as they come up near that target.
Awesome stuff. Now, of course, our wonderful guests can actually get the chance to feed these stingrays and help out with that situation, right?
Yeah.
What's that experience like for our guests?
Yeah, so that happens every day. Right now it's 5 people, and it's at 11:30. So what they do is they'll come and they can participate in that training, the feeding that we do. They get their own little section blocked off, and they get a set number of, it's usually shrimp right now because that's kind of their favorite, so it's pretty consistent. And they can participate, kind of get that experience of what it's like to feed a stingray, because it's a pretty cool experience. They have these flat, fused plate-like teeth for crushing invertebrates and mollusks and stuff like that. And so they kind of like suck it right off your fingers, but it's a really cool experience and everyone really enjoys it.
Awesome. To all of our guests who are getting the chance to check out this video, feel free to come on by the aquarium. And especially if you want to set up your tickets ahead of time, go to thelivingplanet.com/animal encounters. Thank you so very much, Mark, for sticking around with us. And thank you to all of our viewers for checking us out today. Remember, go hop on that stingray feed. You're going to love it. It's a great time. But other than that, have a wonderful rest of your day.